towel. We all know we play lateral hazard. So if your ball goes into the rough, you can't find it, you drop point of entry. Just confirm with your 4-ball where the point of entry is. I know there's some guys who take some chances. No, but it's faded in there, but it actually went in here. So confirm with your 4-ball where to drop. Of course we play middle, we have to try and play extra fast. Because it does take a bit more time. So we really ask all the guys, we're a bigger group this year as well.
I don't expect you to smile, and you don't expect me to understand why you can still see your ball.
That's how you do it. Go Classic! Yeah, boy!
I've been looking forward to it for the last couple of months now. So hopefully it's the same as last year, which was pretty awesome.
Very excited about the tour, and Team Maz all the way.
Yeah. Can you win?
Look, I feel good about my ball striking. It's not the same as it was last year. I think it's much better, so I give myself a chance, yeah.
First time here, but I'm loving the golf course. Going to try and just play it smart. I think that's the clue for it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I've been dying to come up here. I really have.
Very excited, especially the first tee with all the guys behind to get that tour feel. So I think, yeah, I'm excited. Lovely day actually, it's not too hot.
And what an epic golf tour it was. And just watching that, it brings back such memories. And I want to go again. Everybody that's joining me on the show today, we've got our champion, Ronnie. We've got second place, Ewald van Wyk. And we've got third place, Ryan Jensen. An absolutely epic finish. It really came down to the last hole. And obviously, we got Fats with me. Boys, are we missing the classic? Are we missing it?
We are. It's only 360 days to go to the next one.
I think we should have 2 a year, everybody. Ronnie, you must still be having very good dreams about that tournament.
Definitely. Especially, I mean, it was today, 2 weeks ago. I mean, much better way to spend a Wednesday than at the office. No, it was brilliant. I mean, yeah, no, I miss it definitely.
Yeah, well, so close yet so far. Another year, but you're so close. Maybe 2022 will be your year.
Yeah, hopefully third time lucky next year. But yeah, no, this was a good one. I enjoyed this one.
And Ryan, it was nice to be in contention coming down the stretch. Unfortunately, just a bridge too far. Excuse the pun. Once you cross that bridge, but yes, just a bridge too far. But it still had you nervous, and the pressure was on.
Yeah, I would say the pressure was on. I think a few of the top oaks, especially us three, pressure was there, especially when we all went past that par 5. But yeah, it was good fun. I can't wait for the next one.
Obviously, we're not alone. We had a whole bunch of ducks down at the Classic, and they're all on the chat line, so keep your comments coming. I'll put you in soon. Let me just tell you what's going to go on a very, very busy Wednesday show. We've been off air for 2 weeks, and it feels like forever. So in setting this up, I was like, what's happening? What are we going to say? But we always have plenty to say. So we're going to start with a Classic review, and then we're going to move to Eagle Canyon, where we had the Thursday series not too long ago. and do a bit of a review of that. We have another winner on the panel, so Soma, Ronnie. Back to back, and the form is flying, so we'll get to that. And then
great time of the year to get the wins.
Yes, that time of the year, and it's made a massive, massive difference. And then we move to Germiston, where it's Series 2 this Sunday, which we can look forward to. So let me quickly hop across to what the guys are saying on the chat line. That is huge. Hello, Quibus. Hello, boys. Let me just adjust this. You can't take up all this space. Hello, boys. What an awesome tour, he says. Well organized as always, well done to all, and also played well, Quibus. Moneo Kelly, as you saw in the video, teeing off first, and are we there yet? 2022, you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer, unfortunately. Who else? We've got Peter Prinsloo, who says, Ronnie, the legendary legend, sorry, hard for me to say on a Wednesday, legend. Okay, Louis, Basil writes, Junior, hello young man, I hope you're doing well. While we're saying that, there's no Johnny today and there's no Basil today. They've been left on the sideline. And yes, Dorian, you missed the tour and you missed the best one so far. Very, very epic. So we're going to dive into it as we go. First of all, day one. So we're going to tell you the story of the Classic. And this was day one. Day one, Fats playing off the blue tees, which was a nice change, having all three tee boxes to compete on.
It really was, Maz. I enjoyed it off the blue, as you can see there on day one. Some of the holes were really interesting with the angles and the distance. Sort of, you get to the hole, you've played it many times, but you don't really know what to do of the tee box because you're so close to the green. Do you go for it? Do you just lay up? So that was really interesting playing off the blue, and we'll definitely do it again next year.
And you can see for the players who really excelled on the blue tees, Billy Hall coming in at 6 under 42 points. After that round, we thought, wow, is this Billy's week? And Ewald made a great start, -4. Fats, you with him, -4. Karuna Kuni had a great round after I spoke to him. He was very, very happy. Ronnie in the top, keeping in contention. Peter Skitter, Matthew Pravada, Godfrey Watermeyer, Frikkie Barnard, and Henry Hall, the top, the tied 8th there on even par. So a good day to start with. So after the round, I obviously caught up with the boys to find out how they did and what they thought. This is the top 5.
Billy, leading off to day one, tell me how you're feeling. Great effort.
Very nervous. Het is baie lekker geweest dat almal hier na die tyd gestaan het en aangecheer het, maar dit is nervous. En het was 'n lekker dag. Ek het dit geniet, min foute gemaak. En ek dink die weer het ons goed gepas vir 'n bietjie reën wat verby gekom het, maar ja, min foute gemaak.
Big day tomorrow.
Big night tonight, I think.
You're in the top 5 after day one. Tell us about your round. How are you feeling?
So, Maz was awesome, right? Drives were straight, iron shots were good, putting was a bit disappointing. I could have done much better, but I'm so happy with the round, eh? I hope tomorrow and the next day goes well, and I'm strong.
No, went well. Yes, it's the first time I break 80 in a long time again. But no, today the iron play was good, my tee shots was good, putting was horrible, but yeah, no, played well.
Lots to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. Every single hole except 17 today again. 17 bite me like last year, but no, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
What will it mean to win the Classic?
No, last year I missed out, so no, this year I'm hoping to make it better, one better than last year.
Started off really well, hit all the fairways, just easy 2-putt pars for the first 5 holes. Well, I had a 3-putt on the par 5, but yeah, easy pars. I made a silly drop on number 6 and then just brought it back with a par on the 7th and then a birdie on 8 and 9. Looking forward to the tips tomorrow. I usually play better off the tips, but I think the blue was a good advantage today. I love the fact that we play off 3 different tee boxes. It just brings a different dimension to the golf course.
Ryan, you played with Billy on the day. How did his round go? He must have been on absolute form.
That guy played like a champion. Nothing could go wrong. The 1 or 2 errant shots that he might have had, his recovery was just so brilliant. If I'm not mistaken, I think there were maybe 4 or 5 almost chip-ins that he lipped the hole or just needed one more roll to get into the hole. But he was on form. He was able to drive just short of the greens, put it on, get birdie. That guy just played like a champion. It was unreal. It was actually very nice to watch playing along with him.
Well, the last time I can remember him having such an outstanding round was a Summer Cup last year, which he ran away with. So maybe that was the second good round after a long, long time. Boys, quickly tell me, Ewald, you finished on -4. You did express what you said in the interviews there. Is there anything you want to add looking back at it?
No, they won. I must say I enjoyed playing off the blues. Because I'm not Billy. I'm playing a lot with Billy, and Billy is an aggressive player, so he could go for the greens and everything, like Ryan said. But I enjoy laying up, playing safe, and then finding. If I can find a fairway, I'm fine. So on day one, my score was good because I could find the fairways and I could go for greens in twos with wedges and stuff, which I enjoy playing. But yeah, Billy is aggressive, and I'm not that.
But you don't need to lay up on the 17th. Why do you keep doing that? That's only a par.
I don't know, 17. That hole's got my number. It's like one of the holes at Akasha also. I think I've played Akasha 20 times and I've never finished putting on that. I always ring. I almost bust out on that hole. So no, 17 is got my number.
Ronnie, you obviously went into this tournament wanting desperately to make up for the previous year. After round one, were you happy?
Yes, well, I knew unfortunately from last year, I knew it was not day one that's going to be the deciding factor. It's that day two, it's that tip rounds. So in day one, I actually just wanted to be in contention, be somewhere there and keep the doubles and the triples and the snowmen off the scorecard. Well, what I remember from day one is that 8 iron with the blue tees, I had an 8 iron into the 18th. And yeah, I remember, I just wish I could have done that on the last day. But yeah, day one was, it was just lucky seeing all the guys and getting back in that, or seeing the course again, because I haven't played it since last year. So yeah, it was just great being back.
And then there's obviously day two, which we woke up to a very, very misty, cloudy day. From where we were staying, we couldn't even see the golf course, let alone the clubhouse. From where you were staying, Fats, it was, at one stage we said, if we get off, we are lucky.
Absolutely. I mean, we got up that morning. It was misty, then it cleared a little bit. And then most of the morning, like the house where we were was like just half under the mist, and the bottom half was clear. So you could see part of the stroke one and the par three, and then, just mist coming in again. Then you lose the visibility. So we actually thought, when we were starting to make plans, that we might even only play 9 holes for the day.
Yeah.
Luckily, it did clear up a little bit, and we could manage to get in the 18, except for the last 2 4 balls.
Yes, the weather came back around in the afternoon in the last 2 4 balls. When you're standing on the 18th behind the bunker there, and you can't even see the dam in front of you, how would those guys play it? But as you can see, it was a good day. We played off the back tees, which was a great challenge. For some, played better. For some, worse. I personally played better off the back. I'm not too sure why. But you find there's more space in fairways to hit off the back tees, guys.
Your landing areas are a bit bigger, definitely on most of the holes. So it's easier on the eye, I think. Most of the tee shots are not that, what's the word? So don't get scared of the tee box off the tips.
Yeah. How did you find it, Ronnie?
Well, the mist made it definitely interesting. The second day, actually, I found it. I still found it intimidating. I found it far. I found it risky because you were forced to go aggressive from the tee boxes. The second day, I was still nervous. I was still intimidating to me, if I must be honest.
Then, so let's have a look at what the scores were when it comes to after the second day. The scores looked like this. Now, this is not total. This is just on the day itself. So playing best off the gold tees was Jaco Jacobs, and Frikkie Barnard also on -2 with 38 points, putting themselves in contention. Excuse me, from Durban Santosh, shooting -1. Only 3 players under par for the day. Alder Fourie had a good round, +2. Godfrey Watermeyer, I can tell you, he was potentially going to go into day 3 in the lead. And then when he played the 18th catch-up on the third day, he made it 10, as far as I know, which totally took him out. And then Ryan making a good effort, the previous champion, Leon Oosthuizen, and myself. Ronnie, again, in the top 10 list. to put himself in contention, and Jack Lamp, another Durban player, which set it all up very, very nicely for the final day, which, as usual, we'll show you a nice highlights package of the final day, the last stretch of holes. But the evening functions, Fats, those were very enjoyable. Let's just give a shout out to Highland Gate for the catering. I thought the catering was good. They really looked after us well.
Yes.
And our little mini show, I think, worked. It gave more insight to what the tournament was.
Yeah, I loved it, and I loved the setup. I think, like you can see there,
excuse me,
8 people per table, just great food, great dinner, great entertainment. Yeah, and thanks to Maz for putting the shows together every night.
It was also fun to hear from each person who would come up and describe their round, who had played the best on the day. And then, like you said, the finds were also entertaining, especially the special finds. So long may we keep continuing having such a great atmosphere. It's a good. After a long round of golf, it's always good to get together and discuss exactly what's happened. So the much anticipated day 3. So if you have a beer, this is the time to crack it open. And this is what happened in the last stretch. Enjoy.
Billy, leading off to day 1, tell me how you're feeling. Great effort.
That is not the last stretch, I can tell you that much. It would be this one.
The 2021 Duckhook Classic reached the epic climax on the final day at Highland Gate, with a handful in contention coming down the stretch, including Ryan Jensen, Ewald van Wyk and Ronnie Volhurter. With the pressure soaring once again and beginning to take its toll, who would handle it best? Going straight to the action on the par 3 15th, where Ewald van Wyk gives back a shot with a bogey to go to even par.
Back to even. You're in the lead at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, this one, I'm glad. I don't mind losing one shot yet. It was a difficult one playing into the wind, so yeah, I'm happy.
Ryan, we've got 2 holes to go. 3rd place. Talk about the feelings.
Can you see the feelings? Jittery all over. Absolutely nervous. Obviously, I know that there's a chance for me. Yes, I've got to rely on those guys messing up, but they on the last few holes that do catch all of us. Like the stroke one, unfortunately caught me, but yeah, anything can happen. Just got to try. If I can try and birdie one of the 2 last holes, but hey, got to try it.
After carding 9 on the par 5 stroke 1, Ryan Jensen, desperate to make a run on the final 4 holes, puts the pressure on the leaders with a par on the 15th and 16th to reach the 17th also on even par. Jaco Jacobs making this long putt on the stroke 1, but an 8 on the 16th would take him out of contention in the chase.
At 10 it was a bit of balls up, made an 8 there. The rest of the game it was steady golf. So yeah, see how it goes between Ewald and Ronnie. So all best for both of them.
Back to the 17th, where Ryan has a difficult chip to make par to stay at even par. Fats Carlitz, after a good first day, making a bogey on the 17th. Also on the 17th, Jack Lamp just missing out on a birdie putt to take him to +6 for his first tournament.
Jack, nice to be in contention most of the day. Coming down the last.
One hole. Yes, loving it. Really, really good. Lekker group. Very friendly. Loved us. Can't wait to do next year. Yes, baby.
Beautiful ball.
Nice.
Shot gained, 2 shots off the lead, 1 hole to play.
No pressure, no pressure. Exciting, but no pressure.
After parring the par 4 16th, Ewald van Wyk stands on the 17th tee box, once again facing his nemesis hole, and again hitting it short of the green. To the final group with Ronnie Volhurter playing the 16th, Ronnie reaches this point after a heartbreaking 9 on the stroke 1, with this approach shot just missing the green. After laying up on the 18th, Ryan clears the water to set himself up a birdie chance to set the clubhouse lead on +2.
still very nervous. But yeah, try and make the putt for birdie so that I can put pressure on the Oaks there. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it's great. It's been great. But yeah, very nervous.
Back to the 17th, and Ewald needing to chip close to save his par to put pressure on Ronnie a hole back. After chipping it from the side of the 16th green, Ronnie sets up a par putt to take him to -1 and a 2-shot lead. Back at the 17th, Ewald has his putt to save par and remain at 1 under. In a tie with Ronnie, but unfortunately just missing it to drop a shot back to even for the tournament.
Didn't bite me again. I hit one a bit fat on the toe, so yeah, I made a 4 here. But yeah, still 1 hole left to do, and hopefully I can catch up again.
Ronnie now on the 17th tee box, looking to close it out early with a good approach, but pulls it slightly left of the green, needing a par as he doesn't stroke the hole.
Miss!
How's the heart?
Good. Pumping hard. I mean, last year, same thing, cameras. My time for redemption, hopefully, but I must admit.
Godfrey Watermeyer would end his first classic tournament on +4 after making a good run on day 2. Here, a birdie chance to move him into a tie for 3rd. A good line, but just missing out. To the par 5 18th finishing hole, Ewald pulled his tee shot to end up in the unforgiving long grass, and with help frantically looking for his ball to save his par. To the 17th, and after chipping it well short of the flag, Ronnie stares down a long par save to remain at 1 under. Coming up short, he would go on to roll in the next one for a bogey to drop back to even, currently in a tie with Ewald, who has needed to take a drop after not finding his ball, now playing 3 to lay up in front of the water. With the nerves and pressure mounting with only the 18th to play and unaware of Ewald's mishap, Ronnie tees off, needing to find the fairway.
Come on! What's to play for? Big question, going forward in 2 or not? Well, let's see. We'll decide when I get there.
Yeah, it's a shame I had to lose my first ball for the day on this hole, but yeah, let's see what happens.
Jakub Jacobs finishing up his tournament with a birdie attempt. He finishes off his first classic on +10. On the green, Ewald putts for bogey, but unfortunately misses the hole to card a double bogey 7 to drop 2 shots to finish on +2 and in 2nd place. Another good showing at a classic with 2 top 3 finishes. Now knowing that Ewald has carded a double bogey 7 to drop back to +2, Ronnie decides to lay up to the bottom of the hill on the 18th to hopefully guarantee him a par and the victory. The spotlight firmly now on Ronnie to clear the water in front of the awaiting crowd. He easily sets himself a 4-putt for the victory. After a disappointing 2020 Classic, Ronnie can now take in the atmosphere while walking over the St. Andrews inspired bridge to the appreciative audience.
Listen to that.
After 3 days and 54 holes, it all comes down to this birdie putt. Perfectly weighted and lagged, putting himself firmly and undoubtedly into the winning position to take the 2021 Duckhook Classic.
Done it. How are you feeling, Ronnie?
Brilliant. I mean, to be honest, after that 9 on stroke 1, I mean, everything just came back from last year. I mean, on this 18th, so brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It does not matter how many times I watch that. It pretty much brings it to my every time that putt goes in and see the crowd erupting and the emotion that goes through the winner, and this time it would be Ronnie. Ronnie, looking back at that specifically, Fats made a comment while we were watching that saying, how relieved were you when you got it over the water?
Incredibly, but I must admit that the thing that was most enjoyable of that is that walk to the green with the putter in hand, the crowd cheering. I mean, hell, that's a feeling that not even in school, in athletics, you can get. I mean, I actually thought about it afterwards, maybe defending it next year. But I actually hope I don't defend it, because really, I hope one of the other Ducks experience that feeling. I mean, it's really incredible. And makes you feel like a superstar, if I must be honest.
Ewald, heartbreak once again.
Yeah. But like Ronnie said, next year he will give it to me. So next year I'll take it. I'll take that walk any day.
Yeah, well, I'm also going on tour next year. I want to try and do better.
Yeah.
But the key is you have to play 3 solid rounds of golf to take this. It's the toughest tournament that we have on our calendar. Nico Kruger says, love the shirts. Looking lacquer. I do like the shirts. The shirts are fantastic. You can see the variation Fats has got on with the little ducks in the grey. But we also had the orange shirts with the black ducks. Yes. So what did it mean? How did it all finish? Well, this is how it top 20 finished. Ronnie winning on 10 not 10 under, even par, which is a good representation after 3 days. Ewald van Wyk +2, Ryan +3, Godfrey +4, Santosh +7, and then as we go down the list, Flicky, a good finish. Jack Lamp. At least he finished in the top 10, Fats, Jaco Jacobs, and Karuna. And just to go on to the second place, the reigning champion coming in at 11th, having a good showing on the second day, or the third day, I can't remember exactly. Trevor Miller, it was nice to see him in the top 20. Grant had his chances, but he fell off. And then Kevin Hanu, and well done, Morneo Kelly, his first tour to come in the top 20. So I've got your scorecards, boys. I quickly want you to go through it for the guys who haven't seen this. So there's day 1, 2, and 3. Give us a little quick synopsis, Ronnie.
To be honest, my day 1, day 2, I can't remember too much, but actually day 3 started well. You can see with the 2 birdies on the front 9. I actually I turned in 38, so I knew I was turning under my handicap. So I didn't know what the other guys were doing, but I knew turning under my handicap, I must be somewhere there. And actually, the 2 holes that stayed with me the most, actually 2 double bogeys. The 10th, I hit the 10th in regulation, and I wanted to go for a par because I knew I would take up another stroke. I just missed my par, and it rolled about 5 or 6 centimeters past the hole. Yep. And I didn't concentrate, and I just leaned over the hole and wanted to tap it in, missed it, made a double there. And that actually got my focus back, got a birdie on that difficult par 5. And then that stroke 1. Hey, that stroke 1 and nerves doesn't go hand in hand. So, yeah, but luckily after that stroke 1, and that's the first time I looked at the scorecard, I saw Ewald was in front of me, and then it was kind of like match play. Then I just go for it. Just try to match Ewald. And yeah, it made me have a more aggressive mindset, and luckily that got me through it in the end.
Do you want to talk us through the 9 on the stroke 1? Or have you forgotten that too?
No, actually, I remember, like I said, I felt like I choked last year. So for the entire year, when I was practicing on a course, I actually tried to emulate that stress. And what I realized is when I'm under stress, I actually rush my shots. So when I came to that stroke 1, I made it. I made certain that I'm not going to rush my shots. The problem is, I relaxed. I took it so easy that I didn't open my hips, and I duck hooked 2 shots into the rough, and then Kobus came, and then I just wanted to get the hole done, but I dropped 2 shots went into the rough, and I think I took like 4 shots around the green to get the ball down. All stress, just stress,
sure,
just nerves.
I can imagine being in contention, but a great comeback. to pull yourself back to the top. Okay, Ewald, it's your turn. Take us through what your golf looked like over the 3 days.
Yeah, like I said, day one I really enjoyed. I played well on day one. I enjoyed that one. Day two, my putting was nowhere. I played with Fats on day two. My putting was nowhere. I couldn't get off the tees or anything. But for some reason, every time I miss a green or I hit the ball into the rough from the tee box, I get a miraculous shot out of the rough, put it on the green, and most of it one putt or two putts. So day two was just luck involved. And then on day three, day two and day three, I didn't really look at the live scoring or anything. Especially day three, I said to myself, I'm not going to look until Kobus told me on 16 where I was, but I didn't look at live scoring. The only thing I remember of day three is, except for hole 17, which I'll never forget again. But on hole 10, I said to myself, I'm going to hit it safe with a 5-wood, just short of the bunkers. And I don't know what happened, and I hit it, I skied it, and it went almost into 18's dam. So everybody that knows where 18's dam is, it's a long way offline, and it's down that bank and everything. And I got there. There was another group of players. I asked them if I can quickly play through. I just took my 5-wood from the tee box and I walked straight down to there, not knowing where the hole is, not knowing where nothing is, and I hit the 5-wood from there back to where I think the green was. And when we got to the green, I thought to myself, okay, hopefully I'm in the front bunker. But yeah, when we got to the green, I was about 2 feet away from the hole and I tapped in for a birdie. So that, for me, was my shot of the whole tournament, the shot of the year, the shot. I've had 3 hole-in-ones in my life, and that one topped all of them. So that was my best shot.
That is impressive. I thought you were going to carry on the story saying you made a 6 or so. And then you
No. That shot I'll never forget.
I just want to hop in here quickly where Peter Zakaria says, tour looked awesome. Need to make a plan for next year. Peter, I cannot stress enough how awesome it is. And you will not miss it ever again. So we hope that you'll be there next year. Ryan, quickly take us through yours before we get to wrap up the classic.
Yeah, day one was also one of my better rounds. As you can see, for the first time, I got a hat trick of birdies there, hole 6, 7, and 8. But yeah, everything just seemed to be working. Day two, off the tips, I just seemed to have controlled everything quite nicely. The tips are intimidating for me because it is a bit of a long carry for short hitters like me. But although it was actually going quite nicely, the swing was great and everything. Day three, I started very nervous because I knew that there's a chance. As the top 3, 4 guys knew that if you keep it all together, you can get there somewhere. But I must say the highlight of my 3 rounds there was hole number 6. As you can see, I birdied it every single day.
Yes.
And on the last day, if the guys can remember, on hole 6, the flag was quite close to the back of the green. And on the last day, the final day, I just managed to get onto the front of the green. And I was left with one massive long putt.
Sure.
I said to myself, I knew that I want to try and see if I can birdie the same hole 3 days in a row. But with that putt, I thought, nah, not a chance. And that putt sank from way down the front of the green to the back. It sunk down. So for me, that was the highlight there of the tour, to be able to do that on the same hole 3 days in a row.
That's fantastic. That's
I
great.
remember that. I played with Ryan, and I've never seen a guy more excited about a putt falling. 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. That was brilliant.
Let's take the guys through the pins that were won on the day. Fats will take us through the days. This is the day 1.
Oh, so we had closest in 2 on every day, and then 2 closest to the pins. Day 1, Hanu took it on the par 4 second, and then Ryan Estmont on the par 3 third, and Ewald on the par 3 13th, not the 17th. And then day 2 we had Grant on the par 3 7th, and then Ryan featuring again the par 4 12th, closest in 2, and JP on the 15th, the par 3. And then day 3 we had JP again on the par 3 third, Hanu on the par 4 16th, and Mornay on the par 3 17th, closest to the pin.
Surprising there's so many repeat winners on the pins. Like Ryan and JP. Hanu was there twice. Which shows the caliber of the players. Right, finally, there was the big Fats versus Maz. What happened this year? Well, if you didn't know, it came down quite close in the end. And what happened? Finally, Team Maz could pull one out by only 21 points, scoring 2,480 points in total. And then Team Fat's 2,459. So it was nice that it was so close, but it's also nice to win it for a change, because I don't think I could have handled the 3 years in a row, you suck, 3 years in a row. So at least my team pulled through this year. It's good fun. It's good.
It is good fun.
A good way to get it together.
Definitely.
So that's it, boys. That was the classic. And I'm going to run you through a little montage before we get into Eagle Canyon and we get into the nitty-gritty of the league series.
No place that can come close, no place I'd rather be. Everything is feeling right, life so perfectly warmed up with drops of sun, all the colors so upbeat. Everything is feeling right, this will be hard to beat. I know where I will be, this is all that I'll ever need. Alive and free, I'm feeling it, free, so free. So bright, this is where I'll be. Whoa. The sun is shining bright, life's good, it's hard to believe. Everything is feeling bright, this will be hard to beat. I know where I will be, this is all that I'll ever need. Alive and free, I'm feeling it, free, so free. Alive, so bright, this is where I'll be.
Snowman, dag 3. 11de gaan uit.
How's it, boys? I've got 5 snowmen left. This is one of them. After this is 4.
This is for 2 snowmen today, and losing our double smash play against Paul and Russell. Cheers, guys.
Snowman 1 out of 3.
Snowman for me as well.
It's here and now. All I gotta do is breathe. Alive and free, I'm feeling it, free, so free. Alive, so bright, this is where I'll be. Oh, alive and free, I'm feeling it, free, so free. Alive, so bright, this is where I'll be.
Well done.
Alive
See
and
that?
free, I'm feeling it, free, so free.
That is a wrap on the classic of 2021. Fantastic, great time, and I cannot wait for the next one. So well done, Fat, for organizing everything. It was, I don't think it could have gone any better besides me winning, really.
Do that. Oh, we'll start organizing the one for next year and get the date set as well.
Great.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Right, let's move to Eagle Canyon. We're going to rush through this because we don't have all day. Can you believe it? We get back to Joburg. A few days later, we go to Eagle Canyon for the Thursday series. And what happens? Ronnie Volletter somehow wins on a 3-way tie, winning on a count back. 39 points. Well done, Ronnie. Beating out Gideon Richter, Ruben Swart. Kerry O'Connell, nice to see him back in form. Lyle Langley, also -1. So the top 5 going under par. And then a whole host of guys at even under par. Even under par. That's a great golfing term. Even 36 points. Jamie Sherry, Dorian Fourie, Peter Prinsloo, Tim Garner, and Mark Borrajara. So that is how the top 10 finished. As normal, I catch up with the top 10, and this is what they had to say.
Yeah, after the first hole, I bombed the first hole and I thought, you know, stop trying to do all these things everyone's trying to tell you to do and just go back to your swing. I think the last 10 rounds I played has been horrid, so it's nice to just put a decent round in, eh?
Best part of your game today?
Yeah, the driver came nice, but I reckon everything comes down to putting. My putting was good. Anything I missed close, so I capitalised on that. Yeah.
Well, my season's almost done. Your full first season, how's it been?
Oh, powerhouse, eh? I've loved it. I'm not here to make love to spiders.
So Gideon, you're tied for first on -3, but unfortunately losing on the couch out. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling a lot better with this round obviously than the rest of the year so far. I think it's the first time I've finished on the minus. So feeling good about it, you know, the game's getting there. Still wasting a lot of shots on the greens, but we're working on it and it's getting better. 85% greens in regulation. So that was probably the best part of my game, and then yeah, hopefully make a few more putts and break 70 next week.
Only a handful of games left of the Duckhook season. How's it been up to now?
The results for myself personally has been a bit disappointing, but it's always a pleasure to play Duckhook, and thoroughly enjoyed another season, and I'm going to miss the boys next year, so we'll have to see how things go down in the Cape.
This is pretty much the end of your career, finishing in a tie, losing on a count back, great round of golf, -3. How did it go?
Yeah, so it's one of my best rounds in Eagle Canyon. I couldn't break 80 for years here, so I played a 73, -3, and lost on a count out. And we played a nice team game, and we lost on stroke 4, also on a count out. But what a day, it was a lovely day. I couldn't strike the ball for the first 3 holes. All of a sudden, everything just started to click.
And I missed Duckhook?
I miss it a lot. I've been part of almost 6 years now. It's a long time, but yeah, it's a new start for us, it's a new life, so we're gonna make it work.
I've got to know, what are you going to miss about that?
All the friends and competition. I love it. So, but at least I'll stay on the groups and keep in contact, and anybody that comes to England, we're gonna play golf.
It's luck around. I mean, I think the course played a bit easier today than it did on previous occasions, especially Challenge 500. But I don't think -3 is going to be enough. I mean, there's a couple of scoreable holes coming in, so I think I'm clubhouse leader. But yeah, let's wait and see.
Back to back, on form here at Eagle Canyon, taking another league victory. Tell me how you're feeling.
Over the moon. I mean, hell, I feel great. I really want to go for the play of the season and get my hands on those friction irons, so this is definitely an added bonus. The form just continued from the tour. I mean, it was a 3 or 4 day turnaround time, so yeah, luckily the form held, and I always had a soft spot for Eagle Canyon. It rewards iron shots, so no, I had a very, very good day, and yeah, I shot the 36 on the back 9. And I shot a 77, that's my second lowest round. So my aim was to get 5 rounds under the 80s this year, and this is number 4, so yeah, 1 to go. My focus is now on the teams. Me and Trevor, I think we're in the quarterfinals. So yeah, my focus is there. I really want to finish strong with the teams as well. And then for that Summer Cup, I mean, yeah, if I can put in a good performance at the Summer Cup as well, this will definitely by far be my golfing best year I've had.
Speaking about golfing best year you had, Ronnie sent me a picture of his trophy room. It's looking ridiculous now. He's had to build on the whole wall to put all his trophies. And yeah, you're going to have to move house soon if you're going to keep winning the way you are. Let's quickly give a shout out to Ruben Swart, who will be leaving us. He's immigrating. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you as part of the Ducks and the company for the last 6 years. Great guy, great to play with, good competitor. Yes. So shout out to you, Ruben. All the best in your new adventures and your new chapter in your book of life. Ronnie,
yes.
Quickly go through this.
Well, I started like a house on fire. I mean, shot even on the back 9, which was my front 9. just that 13, that water, I just can't get past that. But like you said, like I said, a 36, I'll take that any day.
Any day.
And then the front nine, which was my back nine. I shot a 41, which isn't actually bad. It just doesn't look as great as my first nine. But another win. And like I say, a very good time to get it, especially towards the end of the year with the player of the season ranking, all of that. But golf heading in the right direction.
And may it last long. The pins on the day: Ruben Swart taking the par 3 fourth. Gideon Richter, the par 4 ninth, he was closest in 2, and then Ronnie winning something else, the par 3 11th. Jeez, aren't you tired of winning things? How does a Thursday series stand? Well, with one game to go, Frikkie Barnard, the perpetual other trophy winner, is leading by 5 points. So he's got one hand on the trophy going into the final round at Waterkloof. It's all to play for between pretty much the top 3. Bobby is out of it now, and Ruben's out of it. So the top 3, it's all up to you. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how that final series event goes. Remember, it's the best 10 out of 11 scores. So down to the wire, they'll all be playing in the same 4-ball, putting each other under pressure. And can Frikkie walk away with another Thursday series title? He's already got one in the bag. Ronnie, you'll be wanting to see this because now everything is calculated. The player of the season rankings now looks like this. You're on, well, let's say you earned, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, like over 1,200 points in the last, in a week, which has rocketed you up to an average of 131.44, which is 26 more than the second place. So you've got one hand on the trophy. We were trying to work it out today. Pretty much anybody in the top 5 needs to win at least twice going in the last 5 events, right?
Yes, that's pretty correct. Yes. Talk about setting a bar there, Ronnie. Well played. Give yourself a bit of room there. But no, definitely we had a look in it, and like you say, anybody in the top 5 need to win at least twice to get there. So Ronnie, you've got a bit of a comfortable one, but I wouldn't relax just yet.
No, definitely not.
Happy with it, Ronnie? You're one step closer to a set of Striction irons.
Yes. I'm very happy about it. I must actually admit, now it's just that last stretch. I mean, I was an 800-meter athlete at school. I know that last 100 meters, it comes down to everything. So me and Trevor have a team match this Friday. Trevor, come on, man. Just one more. So, I'm close, but not there yet.
Let's not forget, if you go through to the next round, that's another 200-odd ranking points. That just makes a bigger dent in everybody's aspirations of winning the player of the season. At least Frikkie's not going to win it again. All right.
Frikkie's there with the singles, no? So it's going to be a tight race to the end.
Germiston, Series 2. We've got 2 events left in Series 2. Basil Wright watching. You are leading by 3, and once again, leading over Ronnie Vollert. This is going to be a big, immense game because this can swing it for the entire season after this round at Germiston. Nicky Vandergoed in 3rd. That is a great effort from Nicky. Donny Calvin is tied 4th with Kero on 270 points. Frikkie Barnard just drops down to 6th position at 269. Then Carl van der Linde, a good effort for him this season. He's playing a singles match play at Germiston against Frikkie, so that'll be interesting. Jaco Jacobs just going down. Darren Pennermal going down, and Clint Brothers up into the top 10. Fats, you've won at Germiston before. Take us through a bit of a preview of Germiston.
Yeah, I have. That was a last-minute entry. I went to the office and got to my tea time like 10 minutes before, so I didn't really think about the game, just played it and eventually won. I think I beat Ewald that day by a stroke.
Yes.
Good memory, boys. Good memory.
It's a great golf course. It's not the longest, but you got to think your way around the course. I really enjoy the layout there. I've only played there twice. But John, I think after the rains, the course is going to be in great condition for the league on Sunday.
Yes, I was there about 2 weeks ago. Really green, and they've got that big dam there, so they've also got a bit of water that they can throw on. A good layout. Summer course, definitely. We'll enjoy it. That's where we finished the season last year, so we're not quite finishing there this year. This is what the tee sheet currently looks like. The first tee, starting off at 11:30. Please remember, everybody, each four ball gets a pizza with their entry. Not one each. One pizza for 4 people. So when you get there afterwards, order yourself a pizza and enjoy. Refuel. Then we've got the top 12 playing from 12 o'clock. Basil Wright, Ronnie Walhurt, Nicky Bannergood and Donnie Geldenhuys in the 4-ball. Kerry O'Connell, Frikkie Barnard, Carl van der Linde, Donna Perumal and Jamie Sherry. Gerard Sneeman, Graham de Villiers and Leon van Aarde, as you can see. Let's move to the 10th tee. Another singles is Conrad Pretorius playing Peter Zakaria. They go off at 11:30 as well. There's 2 spots available, everybody. So if you would like to fill those 2 spots in those 2 4 balls, then please book in for Germiston. This 12:42 after tomorrow falls away. So if you're too late, you're too late because we cannot hang on to 4 balls if we do not need them because the club wants to sell them on. Right, the pins for Germiston is going to be the closest into the par 4-6. If you remember, that's the one that you kind of go over the out of bounds section and then hit the fairway and then over the water. Par 3 7th will be the closest to the pin for sponsored by Strixon. And the par 3 18th, as normal, it needs to be there because that is an intimidating shot over the big dam there is for EMS voucher.
If the players have a bit of time, it's fun on the 18th to do the skip challenge.
Yeah, if they do.
Yes.
We've done it a few times. It's awesome.
Let's go to the groups quickly. We're back with the groups. This was missing for the last event. Here we go. Group A. I've pretty much put the top 12 in the groups. Basil, Ronnie, Nicky, Donnie, Kero, Frikkie, Carl, Donna, Clint, Jamie, Gerard, and Graham de Villiers. So good luck to you in our virtual featured groups. See if you can come out on top. And then finally, to wrap up the show, it's the head-to-heads are back. Red team is on 12, blue team is on 13, and we have 4 series games left. Let's see what happens by the end of it. If you're wondering what happened to Eagle Canyon, for instance, and Ibotsi, that just didn't go into the equation. It never happened, as in because we didn't have shows. So we pick it up here, 12-13. Jan van Aarde will captain the red team. With him, he's got Russell, Grant, Robert, Quovis, Jacomin, Ryan Esmond, Richard Stewart, Ryan Jensen, and Hanno Woesthuizen. In the blue team, I'll be captaining the blue team with Simon Mayer, Wayne Jensen, Jacob Jacobs, Morne O'Kelly, JP Atwood, Ewald van Wyk is on my side, Louis Jensen, Carl van der Meulen, and Karuna Kuni will head it up in the virtual team match play. So that is it from us. Let me just see how long we've been on air. Probably 53 minutes, which is long, but it's not longer than a Netflix episode of something. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to leave the last word to Ronnie to wrap up the show for us. Ronnie, 5 games to go, including the Summer Cup. Talk us through your mental space.
My mental space basically is try to beat the guys behind me. And yeah, green regulations. My mental space is green regulations.
Green regulations. And Basil says their short game is vital at Germiston. Yes, it is vital at Germiston. Yes. Sure. Good luck, boys. I actually can't wait to see what the outcome is going to be at the end of that. Monet, thank you very much. Brilliant show once again. Thank you to the Ducks. Thank you for watching. We wouldn't be doing this, boys, if you don't watch, because if we log on and there's 3 people watching, we won't be doing this. I can promise you that much. It's too much work and effort for 3 people to watch. Peter Prinser, Lekker, Ronnie once again. Gooi Kuala. My bad. I'll get it right. All right. There was a favorite that I wanted to shout out, and I didn't get to. Werner, if you're still watching, Werner Labotsky. How's it, gents? Looking forward to my Duckhook debut on Sunday. We're looking forward to meet you. You know what we look like, so come say hello and have a great time. And thanks again for watching and tuning in. Everybody, guess what? That's it. Thank you for joining us. Ewald, thank you for joining us all the way from Marble Hall. Ryan isn't jumping in Fats. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you all when we see you. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Well,